I was born in Los Alamitos in Orange County. From there, I moved around a lot. I was with just my mom. She was a single parent. I have an older brother and a younger sister. My older brother got in trouble with the law a lot, so he was usually in like juvenile hall or youth authority, and like now he's in prison and everything. But so it was mostly me and my younger sister, and so we moved around a lot from like around Orange County and then the San Gabriel Valley. Like I've lived in, like in 5th grade, I went to maybe seven different elementary schools. My sister had said she wanted to see her dad, and so we went back to Orange County to see him, and that night there was drugs and everything involved, and her dad had a warrant for his arrest. So that's how the whole ending up in foster care thing kind of happened. The police went and they raided the place where we were staying at, and nobody said who the drugs belonged to because there were drugs in the room, and nobody wanted to say who they belonged to, so they took everybody to jail who was there, and we went into foster care. And so that's kind of how it all happened. And this was when I was about 12 years old. So since then, well, since I was younger, I had to mature like very early on, because I felt like it was my responsibility to take care of my younger sister. She's like a daughter in a sense for me, for like all practical purposes. And so I ended up in the foster care system at 12, and my sister, I believe, was 6 at the time. Excuse me. And so we went into Orangewood Children's Home, which is like the city of Orange in Orange County. And from there we went to the Johnson Family House, which is a part of Child Help USA, and that's like another group home for siblings. After that, I went into foster care, of course, and my foster parent soon after became my legal guardian, like about 2 to 3 years after. And I emancipated from the system when I was 8. Well, after I graduated high school, because I had turned 18 before I graduated high school, and the system, they can't let you out until you have a high school diploma or you turn 18. So since I was already 18 my senior year, they kept me until June 16th. And on the day I graduated, I emancipated, and I just received everything in the mail. Since I was younger, I knew my mom used drugs. She would always try to cover it up in a sense, and like she would go into the restroom, and then like some of her like not girlfriends, but like friends who were girls would go inside the restroom with her, and I knew what they were doing. And it's hilarious how they think that children don't know what's going on around them, you know? And it's just like, I'm not dumb. Like, I'm really not dumb. I know what's going on. So I feel that I matured at a very, very young age, because I knew what was always going on around me. She would disappear for 2 years, and we'd hear nothing of her. Nothing. Nobody would hear anything of her. Then all of a sudden she'd come back, or she'd try to call or something, and it would just be like, where the hell have you been? And like, here I'm doing so good in school and like getting awards and all of this stuff, and at the same time I'm like, what did I do to push you away? I chose CSUN honestly because of the EOP program, and because of not necessarily the Resilient Scholars Program, because I really didn't know what it was yet. But once I heard about what EOP was, and I came and I checked out the campus, and I started speaking to them because I was accepted in the commuter program, the transitional program that they offer every summer. And I came to the workshop, and I seen the people that were there, and I continually called the EOP office, and I was like, is there any way I can get into the residential program? Because at that time I felt that I had nowhere to go. I was going to emancipate. It was either my guardian was either go to college or get a job. I was like, this is summer. I have nothing to do. I need to get out of here. Working with the EOP program as an academic mentor, I feel that I've potentially found my passion. And being in the classroom and observing the professor, Dr. G, like, I feel that maybe education is something that I can go into. Maybe I could become a professor and help these students who struggle. Or maybe I can go out into the community and recruit for a university into these low socioeconomical areas that I know need it, and get them here so that they can receive the help that they need, like I did. People need to hear what has happened to me and where I am because of it, because a lot of students take what they have for granted. And okay, when you haven't experienced hardships, you may take things for granted, but you also need to realize about the people around you. You need to think outside of the box. You need to You need to not hold stereotype views of people. Yeah, I was a foster youth. I am always going to be a foster youth. I'm an emancipated foster youth now. But I'm in the same class with you. And who knows, I might have a better grade than you at the end of the semester. You might have a better grade than me. We might study together, but you'll never know that I was in foster care. Because it's not something that I feel, I'm not going to use that, it's not going to be my crutch. It will not define me. Nothing that I've been through will define me.